The night stretched endlessly above, painted with thousands of shimmering stars that seemed alive, whispering secrets only the heart could understand. On a quiet hill far from the noise of the world, a young dreamer lay in the cool grass, gazing at the heavens. The air was still, and every breath carried the scent of the earth mixed with the faint hum of the universe. The dreamer closed their eyes for a moment, listening to the soft rhythm of the wind as if it were a song composed by the stars themselves. When the eyes opened again, something had changed. The constellations began to pulse, glowing brighter than ever before. Shapes formed in the sky, animals, warriors, and forgotten gods, dancing in patterns of light. The stars no longer looked distant, they seemed to move closer, their light warm and familiar. Suddenly, one star broke away from the rest, descending slowly, leaving a trail of silver dust across the sky. It floated gently toward the dreamer, pulsing like a heartbeat. The dreamer sat up, mesmerized, their reflection shining in the star's light. Then, a voice, soft and ancient, echoed within their mind. "Do you hear us, dreamer? We've been waiting." The words carried both warmth and mystery, filling the dreamer with awe and a deep sense of belonging. The star hovered just above their hand, its glow flickering like a living soul. As the dreamer reached out, their fingers brushed against the starlight. The world around them dissolved into radiance, the grass, the air, even time itself. The sky opened wider, revealing an infinite expanse filled with wonders unseen. The journey had begun, where dreams meet the universe, and stories are born among the stars. The dreamer floated weightlessly through a tunnel of shimmering light, surrounded by stars swirling like golden dust. The star that had guided them now glowed ahead, leading the way through a cosmic sea that felt both endless and intimate. Each breath seemed filled with starlight, soft, pure, and ancient. Then, as the light cleared, the dreamer found themselves standing before something extraordinary, a vast celestial gate suspended in the middle of space, crafted entirely from constellations. The gate of constellations shimmered with moving patterns, lions roaring in silver flame, serpents coiling in radiant blue, ships sailing across invisible waves. Every constellation represented a different world, a different story waiting to be lived. The dreamer stepped closer, their heart racing with wonder and a hint of fear. As their fingers brushed the air before the gate, the stars within it began to spin, forming a spiral of symbols that spoke without words. A gentle voice, the same that had called earlier, echoed again, "Choose the light that calls to your heart. Each path is a story, and each story a universe." The dreamer looked around, noticing that the constellations shifted according to their thoughts. When they felt courage, the lion blazed brighter. When they felt curiosity, the serpent shimmered with emerald sparks. With trembling hands, the dreamer reached toward the brightest constellation, a bridge of stardust shaped like wings. The moment they touched it, the gate burst open, releasing a wave of color and music that filled the void with life. The dreamer was pulled forward, flying through a radiant portal where time and gravity no longer mattered. Behind them, the gate shimmered, whispering softly, "Every story begins with a step toward the unknown." The dreamer emerged from the portal into a realm unlike anything they had ever imagined. There was no ground beneath their feet, only a sea of stars stretching endlessly in every direction. Floating islands of crystal drifted lazily through the cosmic mist, each glowing softly like a lantern in the dark. The guiding star flew ahead, its light weaving a path toward a grand structure suspended in space, a library made entirely of light. As the dreamer approached, the walls of the library shifted and breathed, as if alive. Towers rose high, spiraling into the void, their surfaces etched with constellations that shimmered with forgotten stories. The great doors opened silently, welcoming the dreamer inside. Within, countless floating books drifted through the air, their pages made of golden light and stardust. When one opened, scenes formed in the air, kingdoms built on clouds, oceans where dragons slept, children who dreamed entire worlds into existence. The dreamer watched in awe as whispers filled the air, the voices of dreamers from every corner of time. "These are the dreams of those who came before," said the guiding star softly. "Every soul leaves behind a story. Every story, a spark of light." Reaching for one of the books, the dreamer felt warmth radiate through their fingertips. Images of their own memories danced before their eyes, their fears, hopes, and forgotten wishes, written in the language of stars. The realization struck deep. They, too, were a story being written among the cosmos. With gentle wonder, the dreamer turned a page, and the library pulsed with light. The next chapter called to them, a path leading deeper into the universe of dreams, where imagination and reality began to intertwine. The dreamer drifted deeper into the cosmos, guided by the glowing star that had never left their side. But as they passed beyond the radiant edges of the library of dreams, the light began to dim. The stars that once shimmered joyfully now flickered uncertainly, and a cold silence filled the void. From the distance, a shadow began to spread, a vast, formless darkness devouring constellations one by one. The dreamer felt fear stir in their heart as the stars' whispers turned into cries for help. The guiding star hovered close, its light trembling. The shadow feeds on doubt, it whispered. It is born when dreamers forget to believe. The dreamer watched as the darkness swirled closer, consuming the celestial patterns they had admired. Every spark it touched faded into nothingness. The dreamer tried to summon courage, but uncertainty weighed heavy. What if their light wasn't enough? Sensing that fear, the darkness lunged, wrapping the dreamer in its cold embrace. The stars vanished, replaced by an endless night. But deep inside that darkness, a faint glow began to pulse, not from the guiding star, but from the dreamer's own chest. The warmth of every hope, every dream, every story they had ever believed in began to awaken. The dreamer took a breath and let that light grow. It surged outward, piercing through the shadow like dawn breaking through the horizon. One by one, the stars reignited, their light joining the dreamers. The darkness screamed and shattered into fragments of fading mist. Silence followed, but this time, it was peaceful. The stars shone brighter than ever, their song of gratitude echoing through eternity. The dreamer smiled, realizing, the greatest light was not in the sky, but within. When the last fragments of shadow faded into the void, a gentle silence settled across the stars. The dreamer floated, surrounded by radiant light, calm, endless, and full of life. The guiding star circled them once more, glowing softly, no longer leading but accompanying. For the first time, the dreamer felt weight beneath their feet, the cool grass of the hill where it had all begun. The sky above shimmered with dawn's first light, the stars slowly retreating as the sun prepared to rise. The dreamer looked around in wonder. Everything seemed the same, the earth, the breeze, the rustling of leaves. Yet everything had changed. The air hummed with quiet energy, as if every particle carried a heartbeat. When the dreamer placed a hand on their chest, they felt the familiar warmth of starlight still glowing within. It pulsed softly, like a reminder, the universe had never been far away. As they walked, the sky brightened with shades of gold and rose. Each ray of sunlight felt like a memory of their cosmic journey, the constellations, the library, the voices of stars. The dreamer realized that the light within them connected to every star above, that dreams, when believed in, could reshape the very fabric of the world. The guiding star appeared one last time, hovering in front of them. "You have seen the stars," it said gently, "but now you know, they live inside you." Then, with a final flash, it dissolved into the morning sky. The dreamer smiled, breathing in the new day. They felt no sadness, only peace. For in every heartbeat, every thought, and every dream, the universe continued, infinite, alive, and waiting to be told again.